Greetings my saplings, today we will be discussing the Yeezy 350 V2 Israfil. Specifically, we will be discussing some release info, how to cop, and of course, like always, some resale predictions. The Yeezy 350 V2 Israfil drops this Saturday, August 22nd for $220. Product ID is FZ5421. These will be coming in a full family size run as well. Preschool pairs will be $160 and toddler will be $140. Although these are exclusive to Adidas and Yeezy Supply, stock still isn't very low. There still is a lot of stock on these, but regardless, there is profit to be made, and we'll discuss that towards the end of the video more in depth. With the release info out of the way though, let's jump right into how to cop these. So starting it off, something you guys should get working on right now as you're watching this. The Adidas app raffle is already open, and the app is straightforward. However, we're actually going to be discussing how to exploit it by making multiple entries in order to increase your chances of winning multiple pairs, of course. When it comes to the Adidas raffles, they're not very strict on information matching at all. People have even hit with the same exact payment information and address information without jigging anything. However, there is a catch, and I'll walk you through that. First, you'll need a new email address. You could either make a new Gmail, which doesn't take long at all, or you can make a catch-all email. The catch-all won't be filtered either, so either route isn't very difficult at all. However, what is challenging is when you do make a new account, you will be forced to verify it with SMS verification. So essentially, you provide your phone number just like you would for Nike sneakers, then you have to input a code that they send to your device. You can't use the same number twice, unfortunately, just like Nike, so what you'll have to do is ask a friend if you could use their phone number temporarily and have them forward you the code. Of course, they wouldn't be able to have an Adidas account if you were using their phone number. On the other hand, if you do prefer to not bother friends, or you simply really do want to make mass entries into this, you could feel free to purchase pre-verified, reliable Adidas accounts from my website, TARS. The links for there is in the description below. And while I am mentioning that, also for any of you guys who do need reliable residential proxies for this drop or any future drop going forward, feel free to check out my site, Kit Proxies. That is also in the link in the description below. And finally, one final tip when it does come to the Adidas app raffle. If you are making a new account or buying one, if it doesn't have any prior purchases at all, I do suggest using PayPal. Again, it's completely fine to use the same PayPal. People frequently hit on the same payment information on multiple pairs, but you can, just for safety, if you feel more comfortable this way, add multiple emails to the PayPal. I'll add a quick little guide for that on the screen right now for those of you who aren't too familiar with doing that. Then, with Adidas app out of the way, let's move on to Yeezy Supply. The majority of you guys should already know how to exploit these drops, but just to quickly break down the fundamentals of it, you will be using the multiple people jig. Essentially, this just means opening up multiple Chrome users. However, there is something that I did mention a few drops back that I did say is absolutely essential for passing Q efficiently. We'll go over that in just about a second. Now, for the new guys, though, if you do want something more in-depth for the fundamentals, you can feel free to check this out right here. But for a brief summary, all you need to do is click the profile icon at the top right of Google Chrome, click Add, then make a random name and click any picture, and then click Add again. Then all you have to do is copy and paste the URL, and you're all set. However, what needs to be added to that initial guide that I was just referring to earlier, and that I did discuss a couple of months back as well, is ensuring that you are also signed into an active Gmail account on each of those Chrome users. Preferably some older ones, more aged Gmails rather than new ones. You could use the same one multiple times. That is completely fine, don't worry, especially if you're using a very small amount of Chrome users rather than a mass amount of Chrome users. However, the better your Gmail to Chrome user ratio is, the more efficient it will be for you to pass Q, as long as they're active ones. Keep in mind, you can't just add any brand new ones you've just created. They do have to be ones that you have used multiple times in the past. And to ensure some of yours are active, what you could do is watch some YouTube videos on them. You could like videos, you could subscribe onto these channels, and what this will do is essentially it'll help boost your score. What really matters is as long as it is an active Gmail account, preferably an older one, then you'll be okay. But that's really it. That's essentially all you need. You'll be fine after you set all those up. Again, for any newer guys who need some more breakdown of the fundamentals, feel free to check this out right here. Now, with how to cop out of the way, let's move on to the resale predictions for now. Do not think that because these are exclusive to just Adidas and Yeezy Supply that these will be very limited. They're certainly not the biggest general release, but it's not a very limited release just like the MNVNs, for example. Don't expect that. However, you should expect them to still be profitable regardless. Demand is very high for these, similar to the Zions. I'd say it would be slightly less than the Zions, but it's in the ballpark of that range. I suggest going for all sizes under 8 with or without tax in your state, but if you do have no tax, I would suggest going for larger sizes as well. Prices are extremely high right now, but keep in mind, unlike other releases where other retailers do receive pairs beforehand, there are not many in circulation right now, hence you do see slightly inflated prices right now on secondary market platforms in proportion to those prior past releases that I'm referring to. So don't think these will hit numbers like 350 to 400. That's not quite the case, unfortunately, but you should still expect some profit. I would say it'll slightly resemble less than the Zion 350 resale, and they should also increase over time. But anyway, that's essentially it. Good luck on this drop. I'm sure you're all going to be fine when it comes to this one. It's not going to be too difficult, especially to get at least one. Feel free to leave a like if you did enjoy, or you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also subscribe and enable post notifications to stay 100% updated on all hyped releases just like this. And with that, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day.